Hi, I've just got back from Inception, and I'm going to do a review for it now. I'm not going to do any spoilers, and I'll start off by saying this was an amazing movie. I mean, I would say this is probably one of the best films I've ever seen. It was a roller coaster of a movie, in fact, which put me through many different emotions, and it's just amazing. I would say try not to find out too much about this movie. That's why I'm not going to go too deeply into the plot at all. In fact, I'm going to try not to really let you know anything about the plot, because the whole point of one of the best things about this film is understanding what's going on while the movie is playing, and to really go in fresh. I avoided most of the previews, and I saw some trailers, but thanks to those trailers, they don't really give too much away, so they are pretty good trailers. I would say in the first 15 minutes of the film, I was initially going, what the hell is going on here? This is very confusing. I'm not really going to understand any of this. But after about 15 minutes or so, when the story really starts to kick in, I found that I'd actually taken everything in that I'd seen before, and it was all making sense to me. And it basically is wonderfully paced movie, and it just it just reveals every scene, every moment of the film just reveals more to you, and it drags you deeper into the storyline, and it's great. I mean, it's a fantastic plot. I know there's been similar movies that have touched on dreams and things like that, but this is unlike anything I've really seen before, and while it's an intricate plot, and you really have to give it 100% of your attention, this movie, there is still some great action scenes in there. I know Christopher Nolan has been knocked by some people. I think he's been pretty good with The Dark Knight, but some people have said, action scenes are his strong point. But I actually thought these were really well shot action scenes, and while it's an intricate plot and very deep, it's a very fast-paced action movie as well. Special effects are fantastic, and the dialogue's great. I mean, there was a few funny lines in there. I could hear like everyone was enjoying it in the cinema. The cinema was packed. I would recommend, if you're going on a premiere night of a big movie, make sure you get your ticket beforehand, because a lot of people were queuing and having to sit in like the really horrible seats, because there were so many people in the cinema. So I was lucky. I got there early, I bought my ticket and got a good seat. The emotions of this film, I was on the edge of my seat at a lot of points. I was really intrigued on what was going on. I thought all the actors were great. I thought Leonardo DiCaprio was fantastic in this film. Definitely his best movie I've ever seen him in. And I would say, I know this, people saying, Christopher Nolan directed The Dark Knight, but I would say this is his best film. He just, everything. I mean, Memento is a great film too, but I just felt this film was a great film. I think it's going to be a classic, in the same vein as Blade Runner and 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's that kind of film. It's amazing. It's got a fantastic ending, really satisfying. Fantastic soundtrack as well. Great soundtrack. That to me, Hans Zimmer has to be up for an Oscar for that soundtrack. It's one of the best soundtracks of the year. It's the best movie of the year by far. And as I said, as for the emotions of the film, I was on the edge of my seat, and it's got some really great emotional scenes in it as well. I was just blown away by it. I definitely 100% recommend this movie. As I said, give it a chance. The start of it is a bit of a messes with your head a little bit, but this film is fantastic. Probably the only thing I could find fault with it, I think his name is it Ken Watanabe? I did have a little bit of trouble understanding when he was talking in some of the dialogue, but it might be because of the sound of the cinema. I don't know, but it was a little bit hard to understand sometimes what he was saying. But that really is the only fault I can find with the movie. So I'd say, guys, just go and see this film. It is amazing. It's by far the best film this year, and I would even go so far to say it's one of the best films I've seen in as long as I can remember. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Take care.